Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sewing this cowl neck dress. So to sew this cowl neck dress, I'm going to be needing my basic dress pattern, which is already on the channel. So just go ahead and look it up on the channel. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to measure my armhole and then get the midpoint. When I'm done getting the midpoint, I'm going to go ahead and use that as my neckline. So I'm going to root straight and then cut it out. When I'm done doing that, the next thing is I want to bring out my cowl neck effect, and to do that I'm going to slash through my armhole line. So I'm going to go ahead and insert another piece of pattern underneath this because I want to do slash and spread method. So that is what I went ahead and do, making sure I align the front part to the front, and then I'm going to go ahead and open it up by like 5 inches. You can do 6 to 7, depends on how you want the effect to really look. If you want it to go down more than mine, you can actually do 5 6. So I'm going to go ahead and retrace all my line like that, and then by the side here I'm going to go in, come down by like 1.5 inches, and then I will retrace my pattern, and I'm going to fold the rest of my pattern like this because I want it to I want to use it like a lining or like a cover up for the upper part there. I don't want it to have any sewing effect on the edge there, so I'm going to use it as the lining at the neck part. So what I'm going to do is to cut this one out and then cut my armhole out like that. So when I'm done, I'm going to open this one up, and from that 1.5 inches that I drew the other time, I'm going to go ahead and just slant up like that. You can actually slant to like 2 inches after your cowl neck effect. It depends on you, but I prefer it like this. It's better to be safe. So that is what I'm going to do. At this point, my front pattern is done, so I'm going to go ahead and work on my back pattern. It's pretty simple at this point. I'm just going to go ahead and cut my armhole part out and then fold in because I don't need that. Actually, this pattern have 1 inch sewing allowance or 0.5 inches, I don't know. I can't remember what I put, but I'm very sure it has sewing allowance. So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead by 1 inch at that center back, and then I want to bring in some sort of curved. I don't want it to be straight at that point, so I'm just going to go ahead and draw it that line like that and cut it out. When I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and work on my darts at that side. So I want to bring that dart to the upper part, so I'm going to go ahead and fold in 5 inches. So I'm going to fold it by 0.5 inches in like that. I'm just using my so that is what I did there, and then retrace my line with my scissors. And when I'm done, my back pattern is done as well. I'm going to go ahead at this point and cut out my fabric. So I'm going to be using this beautiful fabric. You can use any type of fabric, you can use touches, you can use any beautiful fabric that you see, in as much as it's lightweight. Whatever, I don't know, just go ahead and use whatever we drape. So at this point, you can go ahead and use this for your shoulder strip. So I went ahead and cut 15 inches for my strip, and then I went ahead and sew it, and then I'm going to turn it inside out. So when I'm done turning it inside out, I'll go ahead and iron it, making sure that my seam is at the center. So I don't want it to be showing at one end. If you really want it to be showing at one end, you are going to go ahead and top stitch on the other part. So I also went ahead and sewed this strip. I'm going to be using it later. So when I'm done, I'm just going to go ahead and fix my strip on the front side like that. So I'm going to fold it like this and then insert it to that corner and then sew it along the armhole like that. So when I'm done, I'm going to trim out any excesses and then notch that part. You can as well go ahead and sew that part outside, like give it a top stitch, but I will not be doing that. I'm just going to go ahead and iron it flatly so that it sits well. So that is it there. So when I'm done with this part, I'm going to go ahead and work on my back pattern. So I'm just checking if my strip is actually okay, it's sitting nicely. So okay, when I'm done doing that, I'm going to go ahead and cut this. So I went ahead at the back, at the center back, when I fold it to 2 and measure 3.5 inches, and then I'm going to go ahead and lay my front pattern on that back pattern, making sure that my strip is aligned, and then place my strip on the back, the place I notched on the back, that 3.5, and then I'm going to use my bias to sew it like that. When I'm done, I'm going to push in the sewing and then cover it up and then top stitch it. My back is done at that point, so I'm going to go ahead and work again on my front pattern, my front piece. Okay, so at that side, at the front side, I wanted to have some sort of like a strip that I can use to tie it at the back. So I'm going to go ahead on my waist and add this there. So it's about 1 inch. So I fold it into 2 and then add it there. I added 2, 1 on my waist, and then 1 inch apart I added another one. So I'm going to go ahead and then sew the side seam on both sides. So after sewing the side seam on both sides, I'm going to go ahead and serge it. If you don't have a serger, you can use zigzag stitch. After that, push it at one side and then fold it like this and then top stitch it or hem it, whatever it is you like to do. So at that point, my sewing is done. Yeah, so it's as simple as that. I'm going to go ahead now and press everything. Then I went ahead and sew that long strip I want to use to tie it at the back. So I just went ahead and insert it inside those panel I made at that time, at the other time. Okay, so it's as simple as that. My dress is done. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and then I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much. Bye.